Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Tommy, the Bargain Effect, here with my fellow panels, and it's a Friday, and end of the can't say work week, can we? But and whoop, is that me? It is. I had to do it this morning.
Yep.
That's okay. It wouldn't be a morning show without somebody doing it.
That's it.
So give yourself a little introduction for anybody that might be new in here, but I imagine everybody's probably pretty familiar with us by now.
We can't. We don't have to go left to right anymore. We can go in a circle or a square or whatever we are now.
Now, is everybody the same? I'm trying to figure out now. Tommy's in my left-hand corner.
Nope.
Tommy's
Yeah. And you're next to Tommy, and then Anthony's in the bottom, and I'm on the left underneath Tommy.
Yeah, that's
Me too.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So how about we start out with my right, left, Craig.
Your right, left, or your left, right. Growing up, I was taught there was right and wrong, not right and left. You either do something right or you do it wrong, right? So if you're left-handed, you're doing things wrong.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're left-handed.
Hey, my name is Craig. Landshark Picker is my channel. eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, Source Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, auctions, all the above. Just glad everybody could show up back again this morning. I hope everybody's ready for a great Friday.
For sure. How about you, Jack?
Well, same thing. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. My name's Derek. You know y'all. eBay, Craigslist, and the rest of the crew. Wonderful offer up and yard sales and flea markets. So don't forget my racing tonight. It's going to be a great one tonight. It's going to be a little bit different. We can't do it outside this week because it's raining out, but my auction on Monday nights. So.
What time tonight? So everybody knows, and there might be
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
6 Eastern.
Yep.
It'll be quite interesting racing tonight, too.
Yes.
A little bit different format. And Anthony.
Hey guys, my name's Anthony. YouTube channel called Pittsburgh. I do a lot of sourcing videos where I go to yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, Goodwill bins, thrift stores, basically anywhere I can buy stuff super cheap and flip it really high. That's what I'm all about. I do a lot of eBay. That's my main platform, but I also do the local stuff with the Facebook Marketplace, the offer up, the let go, all that stuff. I also sell at flea markets. I used to go weekly. Now it's kind of on occasion because I cherry pick so much for eBay nowadays. So kind of doing a little bit less of that, but that's me, guys. Go ahead and click subscribe to everybody on the panel so you can continue to watch this show every week.
At least you subscribe to these other three people. Don't subscribe to my channel. It's no fun. You won't
Yeah,
like it.
he's got enough people. He don't want any more.
Go see these guys.
Don't forget to like the
Thumbs
video.
up.
So, thumbs up.
Yeah, you said the Goodwill bins. I think I sold my first item that I picked up at the bins up in Nashville. We went that one time. We didn't pick up a whole lot. I think my wife picked up one or two things that she ended up keeping. I picked up a pair of North Face shorts. And a pair of just, but they were like short, not like Daisy Duke kind of shorts, but they weren't long shorts or cargo shorts. And so literally, like most pieces of clothing that are like that, probably paid just pennies on the dollar. I think I got 15 shipped. So that was good to see.
I was going to say, spoiler alert, Craig's wearing them.
All right. They're
Friday.
out of his wardrobe.
No wardrobe malfunctions, please.
I remember where I was. I jumped on somebody's live, and this has been a handful of months ago. I think it was Jason Statics, which is typically a later night, 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, whatever time it is. I don't know if y'all noticed, but my desk, if I face my desk, I face this way.
Right.
That's a window. This is my desk, my two monitors. My laptop sits to my left right here. And that's where the camera is. And my printer sits right on the other side, back behind the laptop on a little stand. When I print something, I have to stand up, grab the label off, and stick it on my item. Well, we were in the middle of a show, and it's the first time I've been on there, and they just started, and I was printing out a label, and I stood up. I was clothed from the waist down, but it like looked like I was trying to put myself in front of the camera. And Jason was like, "Whoa, hold on." I'm like, "What? Sorry, didn't mean to." I felt so bad. I mean, I didn't even think about it. I was like,
Well,
wow.
somebody said it on Darlene's channel that when the women get up, they pull forward. So they're like, no, you have to be careful when you have to cover your camera before you.
Yeah, there's sometimes you don't think about, things like that.
So
Just get kind of
why don't you say hi to everybody, Tommy?
wear it out.
Okay, let me scroll up here a little bit and see who we all got in here. I know we got Rebecca Kruder in here, and I seen that she just said she's one away from her 200 sub giveaway.
All right, everybody go hit that.
Go and hit that, guys.
Go.
Subscribe
I guess I used the wrong terminology there, but
And we got Lisa C this morning, our excellent link dropper. Appreciate everything she does as a mod.
Yep.
Debbie does sales. Good morning. Star City Picker. I'm not sure how to say the McCarrick. Does anybody know how to pronounce that? McCarrick.
I don't know. I've seen him. I've seen that person multiple times, and I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Tanya Brittingham. Good morning. Boondock. Buy Sell is in here. Good morning.
Mr. Cliff.
Look, we got Pittsburgh and Land Sharks in here. Good morning, fellas.
What are those guys doing here?
Joanna Parrish, Just Me Kathy's in here. Good morning to you.
Yep.
Kelly Ecom Mom. Dita. Okay, now I know. Is in here. Bluegrass Slips. Hello. And I think I'm caught up. Did you guys see me miss anybody? I think I caught everybody.
Diane Matthews.
I didn't. Oh, there. Missed that one. Good call.
Diane.
And you forgot your wife.
Well, she just got in here.
No, she was right next to Diane Matthews.
See?
If you're in the chat and Tommy didn't call you out, come out of the shadows, say hello.
Yeah.
Say good morning.
Because he can highlight you if you really want to.
So, okay, my beautiful wife, the Shamrock Pixie, and I'm sure she's got Mr. Pickles by her side there somewhere.
We need to have Mr. Pickles on for an interview.
Yeah. That would be funny. Good morning, Kathy. How are you?
Hi,
Kathy.
And then what we were going to touch on, because we had actually requests for this topic, was the apps. I believe it was primarily the reseller apps that we were asked to kind of talk about what we use. I mean, we don't have to dominate the whole show with it, but if we want to kind of touch on that topic, I'm not a real big reseller app user. I don't pay like any monthly subscriptions for apps. I use my basic eBay app, the Amazon seller app, the Yard Sale Treasure Map, really Craigslist app. But I don't use anything like what are those apps? The What It's Worth or the
Brickseek.
I do use Brickseek once in a while, but they don't really have an app that's more web based. I don't know if you'd consider that an app or what.
Well, I thought you could. They were doing that you could use it on your app now. I thought it was allowed now.
You can. I think all that when they say add the Brickseek app, I think it's just a matter of adding an icon that goes directly to the Brickseek website. I think.
Now, do you guys consider that an app or?
Well, when I hear people say app, and asking questions like this, that in my mind, and I apologize, I don't remember who asked the question yesterday or said, suggest let's talk about it. If you suggested this, maybe speak up in the chat so we can.
I think it was Lisa.
Was it Lisa?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Lisa.
I couldn't remember. I'm sorry, but when I hear somebody asking about apps, in my mind, that could be a mobile app, that could be a website, that could be,
right,
anywhere in between those two, in my mind. But if that's what if you're looking for specific mobile apps or specific websites, I know the stuff that I kind of gathered to talk about. It's a combination of the two.
Lisa said she considers any program an app.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's got a little bit of a technical background, so that makes sense. So,
Cody Brew came in, and of course Tom from Queen City Picker.
Morning, Tom. How are you? I use a couple of apps. Some of them I pay for, some of them are free. I had a couple that were not product reselling related, that were more YouTube, and I'll leave those for last. One of them that I found over the last couple of months is a site called PicClick, PICCLICK. It is really cool. I think when I first found it, I really don't remember what I searched on Google and found it, but their little marketing blurb was that they could search eBay faster than eBay could.
Oh, that's cool.
How they do it, I don't know, but it's really cool. You know, on eBay, if you do a search, you're limited to, hey, I can only show 200, 500, whatever the number of results is on one page, and then you page through the results. With this one, if you search for something, it loads, bam, everything on one page. It's all in little thumbnail type views. It's got a color for souls. You can do all the filtering. It's really quick. But the biggest thing I like about it is within like 3 to 5 seconds, I can see what the exact sell-through rate is for something that I'm looking at, because it will show you, it'll show you that on the top of the screen. Let me share my screen and I'll show something about it real quick.
Yeah, that way I can see if I.
I'm
new to this.
That's fine. No better way to figure it out than do it, right?
Right. Just so the audience knows, I'm new. So if I have a little hiccup here or something, that's just because it's my first time behind the control panel.
Yeah. So go to screen share.
Give me a second. I typed the wrong thing. And it is PICCLICK, not PICK. Let me get back over here. Share screen. I don't care to show it.
Now with the PIC, is that like you take a picture of it and it brings it up? Okay.
Well, no, you don't take a picture of it. It's I don't know why they scoot this over here.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking with the PIC.
I think they call it. I think it's PicClick because all the results are in a picture grid.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right. So somebody give me an idea of something we want to search for. Somebody in the chat. What's something you want to look at, a sell-through rate, or see all the solds or actives?
Great.
Give me something.
Take advantage of it.
Right, he's gonna do your research for you right now.
Yeah, give me something. Come on now, I hope y'all aren't asleep over there. All right.
Left light.
Left light. Oh, lift.
Lift.
LYFT LIGHT. 55 results. It's showing, I think right now it's just showing active. Let me see if I can change let me zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit better. I've usually got my resolution set pretty high. It gives you a lot of information. I think it looks like it pulls from Amazon. I was unaware that it pulls from Amazon as well.
Oh, that's cool. So it does eBay and Amazon. Does it do any other platforms?
I don't know. I've only used the eBay side, and truthfully, I haven't used it a lot. I don't use this regularly. Tommy may know better than I know. You said you use it. Oh, good.
I do use it, but I actually forgot about it since I used to use it a lot before Destiny had her surgery and stuff, and then since I've been back into it, I actually forgot about it, and I've been using the Sellhound search because that compares prices on all the different platforms.
And that's a very good tool too. We talk about that. But what I like about it is if you go down here and hit filter all listings and you say I want to look at completed listings, watch what happens. This is right now. This is what's worth it to me. The sales analytics right here. And hopefully y'all can see it and it's clear. 81% sell through for the last 62 listings. 50 of the last 62 listings sold. $35.94 average sales price. Average price of sold items. That's very valuable information to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
You know, you can determine, if 60 items, I don't know how far back it goes. I don't know if that's the last overall 62 items or if that's the last 62 items that sold within a year, 6 months. That's the only thing that's kind of misleading. You can go in and click on an item. Tells you when it sold. This one sold back in April 15th. Gives you a lot of good information. And you can drill down in. It's very fast. It's a lot faster than eBay, in my opinion. But Truthfully, I don't remember how I stumbled onto this, but it's you can change the size of the images, make it faster so you can see more. But if you see, I want to search for something that's going to turn a lot of listings. DVD VCR combo.
Now, just out of curiosity, with using this new format with the video going live, is there a way for us to make our screen bigger?
I don't think you can.
I can barely see what you're doing just because of how tiny it is.
I don't think so. I can.
Does that help?
I mean, not really, but it's cool. No big deal. At least everybody. You know what? I'll just pull it up in a YouTube video. That way I can see what everybody else is saying.
Right.
But yeah, it gives you, you can see very quickly whether something's sold or is unsold very easily. I think that's a little clearer than having to look at the price, which is not quite it doesn't stand out as much. It's a really cool site, and it's all free. So
yeah, that's always the best price for me.
Definitely check that one out.
And Anthony, when you're on your own, or if you have another person in with you, the screen gets bigger, and you're going to be able to see it a little bit better on your side too.
Yeah, it's always going to keep a good ratio.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, I can see it good now. I pulled it up on YouTube, so I can definitely see what everyone else is saying.
So that was a cool tool. But like I said, the little sell-through rate is what caught my eye when I looked at it the first time, and I thought it was valuable. So
yeah, that's one of the most valuable pieces of information you can get right there.
Excuse me. Ameritech, yeah, this one is free.
But they also have a paid service also.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't even look at it that way.
It's $20. You get nine people in, and you get more. You get backdrops. You get you can make your own banners. You can make your own overlays.
I thought you were talking about this. I didn't know. Oh no! With this, it's $20 a month with StreamYard. Mm-hmm. No problem, Lisa. So, well, does anybody else have anything else? I've got a couple. I don't want to dominate the discussion though. If y'all have something, great. If you don't, it's okay. I'll go.
I mean, I use most of just the basic apps. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't do anything like crazy. I'd say one of the most like outside the box apps I really use is the yard sale treasure map. But I figure most resellers probably use that to find stuff for sourcing. But I don't really have too many outside the box type stuff like that, like you're talking about.
Does everybody in the chat use the yard sale treasure map, or do you use Facebook to go find your yard sales? What does everybody in the chat normally use? And if you say Craigslist, then you probably need to use yard sale treasure map because it pulls everything in from Craigslist.
Right.
Yeah. And puts it in a graphical, very easy to use. In my opinion.
What I like about yard sale, the garage sale treasure map is, if you're going by one, you can pop it in onto the map itself if they haven't put it.
Right. It's got the ability. I've had a couple of times where it's on there, and you go out there and there's no yard sale, no garage sale, whatever. But I think that's either people trying to distract people or whatever. But you can go in and actually report it as this information is unreliable. Mm-hmm. So if we live in the same city and I go to the one at 123 Test Street and it's not there, and I mark it, and you start heading that way, and you refresh your screen, it says, "Wait, somebody's reported this as," or whatever the terminology is. It lets other people know.
What I like best about it is because I can look at it in the morning and decide which ones I want to go to, and it optimizes the best route for me.
Yeah, I agree. You've got to be careful. What I find myself doing, specifically on Fridays, we don't have anything yard sale typically on Thursday. It's usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which 90% of them are on Saturdays. But the little pull down that in yard sale treasure map that tells you what day, because I'll get caught up of looking and getting all, hey, what am I going to find? And I look up and I say, oh, there's 50 of them. I better get out there on Friday morning. And then I realize it defaults to Saturday.
Yeah.
Now I've got to change it to Friday, and it goes from 50 down to like 3. I'm like, great. Kelly Ecom Mom Ward, yes. Everlance for mileage. There's a couple of mileage tools. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you have to pay for most of them. I just make a quick note on a notepad, in the Notes app on my phone. I get out and source, but it's I'm not doing a ton of driving around unless it's on a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use any mileage tracking either. We usually use, like, if we're thrift store sourcing, we use our receipts, and then Destiny comes home and she just calculates, like, we went to this store, then this store, then that store, and she creates a route on Google Maps and comes up with the total mileage. We use, same with rummage sales. We have our little receipt book that we write out when we stop at a rummage with address and whatever. And that's pretty much how we calculate our miles.
Lisa says she checks OfferUp and Let Go for yard sales. Yeah, I've seen them there. I wish Yard Sale Treasure Map would pull data from all these other sites like Facebook Marketplace, Facebook, and OfferUp, Let Go. It would be great. I mean, the Yard Sale Treasure Map is a great tool. I think it would be golden if they can pull from these other areas. In route, Tommy uses that's another routing app that you can use to put in your different locations you're going. It'll give you the most efficient way to hit all those. So yeah, that's a great tool.
I've seen like Bonnie and Justin use that.
Yep. MT Picker just came in. Reseller Man.
So another site. I mean, obviously, eBay. For eBay is Terapeak. In the last handful of months, they've gone to, if you've got the eBay store that it's included in your subscription, it's a great tool to do analytics on sold items, sell-through rates, things of that nature. It's a lot like PickClick. It's a great tool. I think it gives you a little more than PickClick does in some areas. What I liked about PickClick was the speed and how quick it gave you everything and all that.
Now, what is Everlance?
Everlance is a company. They make a couple of apps. One of them is their I don't remember the name of it. It was somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier, but it's a mileage tracker. They also make a note application that goes as a mobile app. I believe, unless I'm confusing them with somebody else. What was the name of it? I don't use it. Kelly, Everlance is the company. Doesn't Everlance have what was the name of the tool for the mileage? That's not the Mile IQ, is it? No.
Good morning, Steven Scroggins.
Good morning, Steven. So any big plans for today?
Nope.
I'm taking my wife to the doctor, but other than that, not really. I'm going to see if I can hit an estate sale or two if she's up for it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I enjoy yard sales and all that, but estate sales in my mind sometimes just kind of take it to another level, unless it's that sign that says huge estate sale and it's 2 rooms of Christmas decorations and that's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens,
I'm looking to see if it was worthwhile going out today. My yard sale treasure map is dead today.
Another tool to use, now that you mentioned estate sales, estatesales.net, and they do have an app that's tied into the website. It is
I downloaded that just the other day when you and Tommy brought it up.
It's very much like Yard Sale Treasure Map, but just for estate sales. It'll do. You can set favorites. You can do today, tomorrow, 7 days out. Looks a lot like Yard Sale Treasure Map with my screen. Yeah. And then you just click on one. It gives you the details, pictures, everything. Yeah. What else?
You say I do use the Cellhound search or fetch search, whatever they call it, just because you can type in a product there, and if you sell on multiple platforms, it'll show you like what's listed and what's sold on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. And it all comes up like on the main screen, and then you can go into there and look individually at the listings. But like with me with eBay and Mercari, which it's not always the same pricing. Sometimes there's a big difference in the pricing between the two, and I can, instead of going to Mercari and searching it and going to eBay and searching it, I can do it all on one screen.
That was on Sellhound. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, that's Sellhound.
What do they call it? It's a certain part of Sellhound that's
the fetch engine or something like that.
God, I knew it started with an F. I couldn't remember the word.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have that lady on. I've talked to her once or twice, and she said she would to come on and talk about it. And I think when I looked at it the other day, I think we brought it up earlier in the week or maybe last week briefly when we were talking about it. And I think their listing service is down to only clothing or boutique type items, I think, and it's $2.99 or $2 a listing or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something where they have packages you can buy to get it a little cheaper. I was just looking at it. We went to last year. We won our tickets from Sellhound to Ecom Chicago. They had a thing on Instagram, and me and Destiny actually won free tickets to Ecom. So we went to Ecom as like their guests, which was pretty cool. So we got to meet the whole Sellhound crew and hang out and kick it with them and whatever. They're really nice people, and their concept is really good. But right now they're primarily doing fashion, so
right,
it's a whole lot of use. Now they have plans to open up to hard goods, but
I think
doing it.
I bet that's going to be a challenge, because I assume they've got people that take all the requests that come in, and they're manually going off and doing the work.
I got my little they're giving out these Beanie Baby dogs, so we got our Beanie Baby Sellhound loves you, and then the whole crew signed it.
That's cool.
Nice.
Sellhound button here.
T-Bass FT asked, is it worth paying for the premium of Yard Sale Treasure Map? I don't know. I hadn't even looked to see what you get. Right now, the way I use Yard Sale Treasure Map, it does everything that I need.
Yeah. I think the premium just opens up the other days of the week where, like, if you're living in Florida or California or somewhere that's nice enough to have that, multiple days throughout the week, then I would say go for it. But if you're in a place like Pittsburgh, where, the weather's so bipolar, I would say probably no. I mean, we have some sales on Fridays, some on Sundays, but mainly the bulk of them are on Saturdays. So basically you can search the same day you're in or Saturday throughout the week.
Right.
And that's pretty much it with the free version. And for me, that's okay, because I'll just, wake up on Friday, see if there's anything going on. You know what I mean? I'll wake up on Sunday, see if there's anything going on, like before or after church. And then, that's pretty much all I need it for. But
I love how you called Mother Nature bipolar.
Man, I'm telling you, Pittsburgh weather is so insane, man. Like it changes several times in the day.
Mm-hmm.
When I was up there, on a couple of my trips, you'd be out there, and I was up there for a week, and on Monday it would be snowing, 2 or 3 inches. By Wednesday, it's back up in the 80s again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reseller Man says if you sell clothing, then Sizely is a must-have app. And that's actually pretty cool too. I've looked into it. I haven't used it a lot because we basically do t-shirts and sweaters and stuff like that. But if you sell things that are like real vital, or that people have a tendency to measure a little differently, it's cool because it shows you, like, say it's a polo shirt or whatever, and it'll show exactly where the measurement is to and from on the shirt. And then when you put in the measurement, it's like a diagram, so they know, okay, their sleeve length, they're measuring from seam to here, not from here to here.
That's pretty neat.
And then you can download the actual picture and then upload that into your eBay photos.
Oh, that's good. So it makes the little lines or the little.
Yeah. It gives it the diagram of the
That's cool.
So you can-
the measurements. So it's pretty cool.
So what was I know Tommy a while back, and I don't remember the name of it. There was a site that you had talked about, and I think you had a show where you brought the guy on to handle the relisting and all that.
Data mine.
Data mine. That's right. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called.
It's like a multi-purpose tool. There's accounting in there. There's mileage tracking in there. You can keep track of a lot of your sales. It'll tell you a lot of things just right at the click of a button, like your sell-through rate and whatever. But the main feature that I like about it is they have the delist relist feature that you can pick every day to say, I want my oldest items, and you can sort by how old your stuff's been in the store, whether it's been in the store for 30, 60, 90, 120 days. But say once you hit 120 days, you can say, okay, I want to take these items and I want to do 10 or 25, and I think their max is 50 a day, where it'll delist them from eBay and automatically relist them, so it's a fresh item on eBay.
Right. That's
and
cool.
we use it, and we did see a big boost in our sales because, if you're busy and you're out running around and you can't list every day, this is a way for you to refresh your items and list every single day.
Gotcha.
Because it's all automated.
That's cool. Yeah, I think right after you had him on, I think I don't remember the guy's name, but I've got him in Facebook. I talked to him briefly about some stuff. Cody Bruh, welcome in. Glad you could make it this morning. Anybody else? Star City Picker, Rick, right?
Joanna Parish.
I think we said her, T-Bass. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. I know you said something, Reseller Man, we're good. Anybody in the chat, if we missed you, speak up. I think we're called up, so make sure we're good with that. Dita. Hit 5-yard sales today, bought 0. Sometimes that's the way it is. I think I had one of my videos where I mentioned that, I've been going for an hour and a half or so, and just not a huge number of yard sales, but a decent amount. But the quality was just terrible.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm done. And I'm like, and I saw one more sign, and I was like, all right, I'll stop. And that's when I found, a Sony camcorder, DVD recorder. It was about a $200, $150 item.
Right.
Just because you're not having any luck, you can't quit.
Yeah.
As soon as you quit, that next one would have been the one where you can hit the home run.
I tend to find too, the more inventory I have unlisted, the pickier I get when it comes to yard sales and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
sure. Debbie does sales does eBay charge for relisting them, and yeah, they absolutely do. If you do it yourself manually or you use data mine, your relist would count against your free listing count, or if you're above, they'll charge you the normal listing fee.
Right. It's just like you going in and creating a new listing. When you do that, it's going to go, like you say, either against your included listings with your store.
Yep.
Or what?
Yeah, they'll
and that's where
pretty much anything they can.
And that's where it's tough when they went to this whole good till cancel model.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I know a lot of people did a lot of research into Cassini, which is the search algorithm on eBay, and they found that they did a lot better with 5-day listings, 7-day listings, and just letting them refresh themselves every week. And a lot of people really had to adjust. I know Pete, the Craigslist hunter, did a video on how it affected him. He keeps up with when items are listed after they've run for a certain period of time. He'll end them. He'll go to a 30-day listing, a 7-day. After 7 days, even though it's good to cancel, he'll cancel all of his listings that have been up for 5 days, 7 days, whatever it is. Relist them, and he's got some once they hit 14, 20 days, whatever. He stops them and relist them, and he said it's helped him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much answers Debbie's question, because she said, is it worth relisting? And what I do when I end, I don't relist. I actually use the sell similar feature, so it's like a brand new listing.
Right, because that gives you a whole new item ID.
Right, and then you get that little, like, eBay automatically gives you, what is that, the first 48-hour kind of boost on it, and you see what type of attention it gets, and then falls into rank according to that.
And that's what was the biggest selling point, not selling point, that's the wrong word. The biggest positive to using the 5-7 day listings that redid them re-up themselves every 5 to 7 days is before you got a bump the first 48 hours, like you're saying, but then the last 48 hours you got that going, gone, kind of thing.
Right.
So really in a 5 day period, you're getting, you've only got 1.5, maybe 2 days in the middle that you're not getting that. So it was very efficient. But the days are different now with eBay. So you gotta. That brings up a good point. When platforms like eBay make changes, you gotta adapt. You gotta do your research. You gotta listen to people and find out what how people are adjusting. The thing is that eBay is not going to just come out and say, "Hey, we made this change. You now need to take this. You'll be more successful if you do this."
Right.
People
they
figure it out.
eBay doesn't tell you what they tell you best practices, but they don't actually tell you what's going to be best in search.
Right. And I think if you watch anybody's video that says, "I understand Cassini, I know how you can beat Cassini," they're going to give you tips. But I think eBay keeps it. It's like Google. Google, you can go out there and figure things out with Google, but Google is not going to tell you if you want your site to be number one. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it will work every time. If that was the case, it would be useless.
We'd all be number one sellers.
Exactly. So I mean, like I've said before, don't take that we're telling you do this, do this, do this. We're just saying what we found, what we've come up with on our own experience, what's worked in the past. But you got to go out there and try things and figure a lot of it out on your own sometimes, Mm-hmm. Thrifty Christie, welcome in. Glad you can make it.
I'd be curious to know, if there's any kind of sleeper apps or services that anyone in the chat uses. What have you found has really helped you with your reselling business that we haven't talked about? Because I'm interested to, maybe learn something here today.
Yeah, because that's the tough thing with doing these kind of shows. A lot of these we've talked about. A lot of people. I know Scott and Scott's done a couple of shows on these kind of tools. There's a lot of great videos on these. We're open to learning as well for sure. Because I'm sure there's something out there that somebody's using that somebody hadn't seen.
Right.
Thrifty Christie says, I have a book that all comps on Google and eBay show over 1,000, but have never listed anything even close to that expensive. Not sure about listing. Book is called Making of Oki, and it's signed. In my mind, I just kind of generalizing that. A lot of times, if you comp something, in my mind, if I don't find any comps, actives, solds, anything, that's one of two situations. Either number one, you're on the left-hand side of that, there's no value at all, or you're on the right-hand side of that, where, like you're saying, that's a very expensive item that nobody's listed.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't see it. You're not somebody. That's not a situation where it's a smaller dollar item. Typically, it's either worthless or it's pretty expensive in my opinion. Don't be afraid of the dollar amount. A signed book has probably got value, even especially if it's got some age. And if you don't have much money in it, don't be afraid to put it up there for a high dollar value.
Yeah.
What you've seen and take offers.
Worth Point. I hear a lot about Worth Point. Do any of you guys use it? I personally don't. I don't want to pay for apps really.
I used it probably about 2 years ago for about 3 months. But we were picking up a lot of items we didn't have a lot of knowledge in an area of older items that we kind of veered away from, and we were looking up a lot of items because we couldn't find them on eBay or there weren't a lot of solds. It's a good service. Don't get me wrong. It's just they've got a lot longer history of solds and comps and stuff like that.
Lisa C said something mentioned pick click.
Yes.
That's what Craig was showing us earlier.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And then Star City Picker saying auction tip. Yeah, if you want to find auctions around the area, that's a great site.
Yeah.
I'll use it. For sure.
High bid to find local auctions to see catalogs and what's going to be sold.
High Bid is a good site, and I think High Bid is a by state. I think they've got a High Bid, like one for each state or one city or something.
Okay.
I've looked at it a little bit. So if we're going to go down that path, Auction Zip is good. It usually pulls up. You can look at online auctions on the site. It's all typically a calendar view. You can look at. I think when you pull up the calendar, you can do a search by distance. So close to this zip code, and then you get the calendar, and you can look at online auctions, which are anywhere in the state, anywhere. But you can also look at local auctions. Most of mine are pulling up like auction houses.
Right.
Good morning, Tracy. Uniquely me. Welcome in. It's got good detail. What else?
Same thing. They even do the store. You can even find storage auctions on there too.
Yeah, but typically with the storage auctions, it's just the companies that are running the auctions.
Right.
I've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find them there. What else have I used? If you're into the auction thing, Gov Deals is a great resource. In Alabama, I get a lot of city municipalities selling there. I get a couple of the universities that sell there.
Yeah.
Now,
I know around here we used to be able to go into the city and try to when they have their auctions, but now they put it onto a website that I guess it's like police, fire, or municipality auctions, I guess it's called, and you have to go in and look, and they keep it up all the time, so it's almost like eBay, but they'll have this truck is out of service, so this truck's going to go up on this website. So.
Right, and if you're looking at vehicles like that, a lot of the municipalities like that, they have year and mileage limitations on something being in service.
Right.
And a lot of times it's not as bad as you think. So don't overlook those if you're in need of an inexpensive car or truck.
Yep.
They're in there. I've seen some of them locally, and I assume it's pretty much the same in a lot of places. It's got 120,000 miles and it's 7 years old. It's just met their limit of, hey, we can't have something in service that's got that mileage.
Yeah, we have in East Providence. I know in East Providence they have it where it can't be more than 10 years old to be front lines for fire truck, police, and regular vehicles. So
yeah, definitely a good resource. And usually, and all I can speak to is what I see here locally. I assume it's pretty much the same, but they're typically good about giving you, hey, running, not running, that kind of stuff. But I think next time go ahead.
Yeah, the nice part about the municipalities too, they have to keep a log of everything that was done on the vehicle, and
right.
they will give you the pages of that log, so you know.
Yeah, that's a great point for sure. And typically, even because they're having to keep that log, and they've got somebody doing the checks and balances on it to make sure all that's happening. Yeah, that's probably a good resource. I think if I get caught in a pinch and need a vehicle like quick, that's the route I'm going. Lost Treasures 73, welcome in. I don't recognize your name. If you've been here before, welcome in. Timothy Smith, how are you? Who else? iProfit IQ, definitely. Sorry. We really didn't even talk about the OA, online arbitrage or retail arbitrage. I've written a good tool, iProfit IQ. It works in a Chrome browser. Helps you do research on Walmart, Target, a number of sites. Got about almost 20 people using it. What else is good out there? Scout IQ for scanning books.
So how many put here? Where did I just see it? Proxy bid. Never heard of that.
No,
I think I've never heard of that either.
I think I've seen that site. I don't know that I've spent a lot of time on it. Oh, Lost Treasures. Hey, how you doing, Bridget? I didn't see the picture close enough. I'm sorry.
I'm sure almost everyone's probably heard of it, but BrickSeek's another one you can kind of use to research items to go and buy.
And and if you're going to get into it, if you really want to go chase items, it's well worth paying the subscription to BrickSeek. If you're into that. And again, that's but because I don't do it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. If Derek does it, doesn't mean that it's good for everybody. It just I carried it for a while. BrickSeek can be frustrating if you watch any videos on people doing BrickSeek. I put one out a handful of months ago, and I drove 45 miles to go pick something up that BrickSeek said they have 21 of, and got there and there was none.
I've done that a few times too,
and that can be frustrating.
Sometimes I'll ask like the Walmart people, like manager of a department, hey, can you go in the back and just check for me? And sometimes they'll end up finding something.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that I'm downplaying or saying it's bad. It's a great service, but you will have that issue if you're going and chasing items like that. What else? I know there's a lot of tools out there for OA. Scoutify, which is part of the Inventory Labs suite, I believe. I know Scott uses that. Rebecca's asking what the estate sale app is. It's estatesales.net. Give me a second and I'll show you the icon.
Yeah, I just got it the other day, so I have it too.
As long as you don't make fun of me, other icons that are on my screen, which there shouldn't be anything there that should be a problem.
One right there on mine.
Yep. It's the green. Yeah, the blue with the green. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Another one that I just started finding, it's like an online estate sale. It's actually the app right next to that. It's called Everything But the House. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Some of the prices are kind of high on it, but it's like an online estate sale type thing.
That's cool.
They're top middle.
Okay.
So I've glanced through it. I haven't bought anything on it yet, but a friend of mine just put me up on that a couple days ago.
Rebecca, did you find it? Yeah, I'm like we've talked with StreamYards on any of these streaming things. It's getting hard. And you just got to train your mind. That what we're seeing here and talking to the chat, there's that little bit of a delay, and you got to get used to waiting that little bit, because even the chat, when you type something in the chat, it's still delayed as well.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
About 15 to 20-second delay on StreamYard, so that's okay.
Lisa C says LockerFox for storage auctions. Yeah, so storage auctions. LockerFox is a good tool. Storage auction treasures, is it?
Yep, that's what I was just about to. I was looking it up on my phone. I have an email from them. They're pretty good too. I've done some bidding through them in the past.
Now there you have to register and have a credit card involved with that, right?
Yeah, you do.
I think you can browse without having that, but in order to bid, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to do that, right? Isn't that right, Anthony? You have to have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I've looked at a couple of sites. Storage Treasures. I don't spend a lot of time looking at storage.
I bid for storage.net or .com, one of those. Is it one?
Locker Nut or something like that too? Like Locker Nut, something like that? Like something
Locker
like that.
He's got a YouTube channel.
No, but I thought there was another app that was like that too.
I keep an eye on it's a website, but Bid 13 for storage lockers.
Is that
okay?
I think a lot of these have a paid level that you can do. I think that one's free to a certain point, isn't it?
I haven't seen anything where it's asked me to pay to upgrade anything. In order to bid, you gotta have all your payment information and everything in there.
Right.
I spent a little bit of time with it.
Yeah. Reseller Man's thing, an app called What It's Worth, and I've tried that, and I really wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It really pushes. You have to hit this thing, then it's going to get sent to another window, and I was like, nah, that's good already.
Yeah. But again, like we always like to make the comment that, and I'm not saying this because you just said that, Derek, but in general, just because we choose not to do something or we choose to do something a certain way, doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's right for us. The decision we make are right for us. Whether we use something or don't use something, all we can do is talk about our experiences.
Right.
And I think that's part of the game about doing this is, gather as much information as you can from everybody, and then go off do your own research and make your own decision. Everybody's got valuable information, but
if you have to copy somebody else's way of doing things, It might work for you, or it might not. It's just you gotta make it yourself your own. You're your own person, and just think of some ideas that you wanted that you did yourself. That you do yourself.
Kelly, the Econ Mom Ward in the chat says she thinks what it's worth is just for the iPhone. Oh yeah, Bridget, for sure. Do what works for your business. Exactly.
Yep.
You know,
it's trial and error.
Yeah, and that's it's unless you're getting into just buying truckloads of stuff and all that. It's you can afford to take risks to some level, and it's I don't mind risk. I tend to like to take calculated risk. Where I've done a little bit of research and I've got a little bit of an idea. But if you're buying a lot of this stuff at yard sales, thrift stores, you're not spending just millions of dollars. Well, not even million, just a ton of money.
Yeah. Tommy brought up a good one in the chat here too. He uses pricecharting.com for video games. That's one I use as well, and they're pretty accurate.
Oh, that's cool. It says it gives alerts for underpriced video games. Does it like Spider, like eBay, Amazon for things that are priced low and lets you know if a certain game falls under a certain price?
So I've never used the paid version like he's talking about, but I would imagine you can get alerts, like that.
That sounds cool.
Right.
Because see, like we said the other day, y'all may pick up some tidbits from us, but we're learning stuff just as well from people in the chat. That's what's so nice about being interactive with the chat. It's a two-way street. And we definitely appreciate all the input and everybody in the chat being interactive. We really appreciate that, because without an interactive chat, we would just be four guys sitting here talking to each other.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I pick something up every day, off of YouTube. Usually I pick up something. I end up learning something I didn't know yesterday from somebody on YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
Me too.
Tommy Bernard says he uses the price charting for video games, but I go right into the GameStop pricing of what they're going to give you for the item too. Some people don't like that, but
I've seen people at my thrift store thumbing through video games. I mean, it's just like scanning books. They're doing it in volume, but all they're doing is just looking it up on GameStop. Every one of them. Because that's quick, and it's just like, has anybody seen Declutter?
Yes.
Declutter's the app where you can scan a CD.
Yep.
And they pay pennies on most of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can pick them up in bulk. That you can get rid of them pretty easily. But there's certain situations where you make decent money, but it's no questions asked. It's scan. Oh, we'll give you 13 cents, and you throw it in the book, and they pay the shipping, and then you just get a check or a PayPal payment or something once they receive it and all that. So it's quick. You're guaranteed money, which is cool.
Yep.
So and Paul come in late. That's okay, Paul. We still got another 20 minutes left of the show, so you got plenty of time to give your comments on what we're talking about.
And if anybody's ever late, don't be afraid to go back and replay the show after we get done.
Yeah.
Because there might be something in there you like or that you get some value out of.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Tommy said that price charting tells him when auctions are close to ending that are underpriced, and when something gets listed, it alerts him if it's underpriced. So that's pretty cool.
So it's out there doing all the work for him. He's not having to scour eBay or Amazon looking for items. That's cool. I like that, Tommy. And I know Tommy's pretty big into video game stuff. So that's cool for sure. Whew. Yep. So how's your you jump back? You're getting back closer to 1,000, aren't you, Derek?
$9.99.
Oh
boy.
$9.99 for the 12th time, right?
Somebody in the chat could be lucky number 1,000.
Yep. Somebody do it. I dare you.
I'm doing that giveaway. So we already had 1,000 once, but it would happen so quick, and then we dropped so quick that we know who's going to be the number 1,000. So
I dare you. Somebody turn turn his subscribe button from red to gray. We like gray subscribe buttons around here.
Yep.
That's our favorite color.
Gray subscribe buttons and blue like buttons. Blue like buttons.
Did you make that there?
My friend did. The ghost made it for me.
Cool.
Yeah,
He's the ghost because you never see him.
that's it. You missed it on the. I just did the ghost. The ghost for a living does lodge stages. So he just sent me a video. I just showed it on Darlene's, but he just finished doing the Rolling Stones concert at Gillette, and he had the sky cam from when they had it from a soccer game, and they took everything down and built the stage, and then back up again to the soccer to the field, and it was amazing seeing that in high speed. But
I was gonna say, you do the time lapse. The time lapse one like that is pretty cool.
time lapse. I'll send it to you, Craig. You'll be like, wow, that's so cool, you know, because they have like a sky cam that's at Gillette that just looks down at the stadium field at the whole time, because just in case anything happens, if there's bad weather or whatever, and they watch it. And I mean, that was just so cool.
Yeah. Jonah Parrish, does anyone else have problems with Windows 10 waking back up? My laptop power light is on, but my screen won't turn on. Hey, you want my opinion? I hate Windows 10. I don't have a lot of experience with it or exposure to it. Windows 7 was by far much better. I really think with Windows 10,
you have to take the battery out and unplug it from the wall. Don't think this is crazy, but put the battery in your refrigerator for about an hour. Take it back out, plug everything back in, and what it'll do is it should reboot the computer.
another thing you can think of is it could potentially be in suspend mode,
Right.
which is a little different than power saving in Windows. You have your power saving options in Windows where you can tell it to turn the screen off after 5 minutes of inactivity, spin down my hard drive after a certain amount of activity. But you've also got suspend mode, where you actually have to hold down the power button, not quite as long as you would to turn it on or off, but sometimes that'll wake it back up. Another thing I would try is it could be the LCD going out. If you've got a HDMI cable, HDMI port, or a VGA or SVGA, plug an external monitor in it and see if you're getting a signal.
Right.
Sorry, I can talk about stuff like that for hours.
Yeah, the video will be out in a few minutes. As soon as we're done here, I'll do the quick one, and then people will see what they're racing tonight. I already have the bracket already done, ready to go. We just have to get the cars together, and then you'll see who. And everybody doesn't have a pit crew, so so those are the people that are going to be racing 5 times, and if they blow a motor, they blow a motor. There's no pit crew. The driver's going to have to do it themselves. And remember, it's best out of 5 tonight, and it's losers bracket, so it's going to be a really, really long and interesting tournament tonight.
That'll be cool.
Cliff asked you, Derek, if your giveaway is going to be U.S. only.
No. If you win it, Cliff, it will go to you. Or Lady Freebird. Lady Freebird won the 777. I was going to send it to Ireland, and she said she gave it back to me. So
Cliff, he's going to send you a padded. He's going to send you a padded flat rate full of U.S. pennies. Just think about how many pennies could you get in a padded flat rate?
I want to say probably about $10, $15.
I think you can get a lot in there.
Yeah, I think you get a lot more than that, honestly.
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah.
It'd be easier if you had them rolled.
Right.
True.
Just go to a bank and be like, "Here, fill this."
That would be fun.
I'm gonna be behind you.
I know everybody talks about if it fits, it shifts, but isn't there a weight limit on them?
75 pounds.
I think on a medium flat rate, I think it's 50 pounds.
But on the padded flat rate, though. Yeah, I think it's good.
Padded
75
is.
on the padded flat.
I mean, really, if you're going to spend, I mean, who's going to put a 75-pound item in a padded bubble mailer anyway?
Exactly.
I mean, if you can do that, you might as well put it in a dang cereal box. Or pizza box.
Right. Exactly.
A 75-pound weight, like a dumbbell.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Tracy, I think that's a great suggestion. Tracy says, take a hammer to the laptop. The two essential tools of doing computer repair are a great hammer and some duct tape. And you know why you need the duct tape? You need the duct tape to tape it all back together once you break it down with the hammer.
Right. Yep. Or you could be like Tommy's crew and use a hatchet.
Yeah.
That was something else.
I told you should have videotaped it. It would have been a viral video for you. You would have been at 1,002 seconds flat.
Yeah, right.
So y'all are going to video the progress of doing.
Yeah, we've been taking video of each step along the way, but we didn't. We should have videoed those yesterday when they were actually.
Oh, and that would have been funny. I mean, I didn't know they couldn't hear me. I thought you had the shoot. I thought Destiny had the windows open, and I'm like yelling at him, going, "Come on, guys! Ridiculous."
Oh, come on, Debbie. Duct tape is not just Southern.
It wasn't. It was a hatchet. It wasn't. It had the short handle, so he's sitting there like getting these little whacks.
It wasn't even like a fireman's axe where you could get,
right, get a full
progress.
throw.
It was just a little pound hatchet or whatever.
And Debbie's giving me a hard time about saying duct tape. When I say duct tape, that means anything that's stronger than masking tape to me. When I say duct tape, I don't mean the brand duct, but yeah, Gorilla Tape is great tape too. Somebody just comes in here on this.
What is it? Maggie Doodle.
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Maggie Doodle. The stuff that they say it's duct tape, but it's not duct tape. The stuff that's used for NASCAR is just that's a 200. We call it 200-mile-an-hour tape because that stuff ain't moving.
Yeah,
they saw that on that car, and that thing is not moving.
I got a roll of blue tape. Is like duct tape. I don't know what brand it is or whatever. It says aircraft tape on it. You put that tape on something, it ain't coming off without ripping it apart, man. And I'm not talking about the tape. It's going to rip apart whatever you put it on.
Oh, yeah. The three out of our four are probably old enough to remember this. Anthony, you may or may not. And I'm not trying to offend you here.
No.
Talking about tape, do y'all remember the freezer tape?
Yep.
It was a thinner tape. If your grandparents froze like a Tupperware bowl or something, they put tape around. At least that's the way mine was.
Oh yeah.
And it was about the width of Scotch tape. It usually had a little bit of a yellowing color to it, and it had strings in the tape.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it would. If any of these other tapes you can grab, and if you have a fingernail, you could rip and get it out of the way. This stuff you had to get a dang box cutter or a knife or something.
Meat markets used it when they were with the freezers, when the butchers and everything. Oh, that stuff was brutal.
Yep.
Hated that.
I used to say, she's like, go get that out of the freezer and open it up. I'm like fighting with it. And
Nope.
She's like, just get this little cut. Yeah.
Yeah, I found some before. I think at a yard sale, and I'm like, I think just buy it just to bust some people's chops and send it on a package and see what they do. Because literally, it was twine that was in between each. Like there was like 5 pieces of twine in the tape.
Right.
It was a double layer tape.
It was strong tape.
Yes, it was.
I have received packages that had excessive amounts of duct tape holding the box together.
Tape.
Wow.
Rebecca, how do you know about that?
Wow. Pantyhose can be used as a serpentine belt. Wow.
That's weird.
Talking about that, we drove golly, what year was that? Like a 2001, 2002 Avalon for a while. And my mother-in-law and father-in-law lived off the beaten path. And we went up there one night. We left the house like they live an hour and a half away. We left about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we got about halfway there, and it just started storming. And we get off and get off the interstate and start going down the road, that takes us out in the middle of nowhere. And the lights in the car start dimming, and the battery light comes on. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, apparently our serpentine belt just slipped off. And you started. Oh, it was a mess. Ended up having to call somebody, come out and put it on. That was no fun. And we were in an area that had little to no cell phone service at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow,
that was no fun. But that's
usually you can get a rock or get a pole and stick it in and just give you a little bit of at least loosen up the tension on the bar, and then you'll be fine. But
most of them have that. Is it a tensioner? I think it's called a tensioner. It's got a little spring to it.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Because definitely don't try and put it on. Slipping it on and all that. You got to really pay attention to get it where the belt will slide on, and then you let it go back.
Right.
I put one on once on a
lot of them have harmonic balancers, and that's pretty much what it is. It's just to balance everything out. And trust me, it takes a 22 millimeter socket to fit on that thing to move. And a lot of Fords use it. And boy, when you have to fix that thing, forget it. You're done.
Tensioner pulley, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
a harmonic balancer. That's how you keep your harmonica in tune, right?
You wish.
I couldn't carry a tune in a bag, so I know nothing about anything musical.
One time, I recycled barbed wire into a tow rope. Oh man!
Dropping all kind of knowledge here.
What do you do with barbed wire, Cliff?
He's in Canada. Come on. What were you doing, eh?
Yeah, really.
All right.
Was that when you broke? Was that when you broke out of prison?
All right, Cliff. I got to make fun of you. Does anybody remember the movie Strange Brew?
Yes.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
The McKenzie brothers.
If you go out there and Google it, it is hilarious. And that must have been in the late 80s.
Yeah, or mid 80s. They did the most commercials.
That was a great show.
When they came out with the Molten Ice.
Yeah.
I know that, Cliff, that you run a farm. Jeez.
I hope Canadian food is better than Canadian money.
Hey, all I know is he had maple syrup, maple walnut ice cream the other night, and you could see that stuff was real maple walnut. You could see the maple in the ice cream.
Oh yeah. And when he picked it up, I could taste it in my mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, oh, that would be so good.
The only thing I will say about Canadian food, though, is they don't have American cheese. So, like, having a cheeseburger out there is like a completely different experience.
Different experience, exactly.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had one in Toronto. I had one at the hockey rink, and it's like, oh, this isn't.
See you, Bridget. Thanks for stopping by. Swift Seller, I don't know if we said hey to you. Welcome in. I know you've been here a few minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're
about 5 minutes out.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, Swift Seller. Try to change an alternator on a Ford Taurus. Forget it. Don't even bother doing it. Might as well just have it done, because you have to take the passenger side tire off. You have to take the inner wheel well off, and then you can find the alternator.
Well, they make some of this stuff so hard to get to. Wow. So we've come full circle and hit a lot of different areas that we normally don't talk about,
Yep.
Which is cool. I mean, it's not a problem.
Right.
If anybody in the chat has any ideas or anything you want to talk about on upcoming shows, feel free to drop it in the chat, comment on the video after it gets uploaded. We'll at least touch on some items. You want to?
That's it. No,
I'm worn out.
haven't seen bag milk since 1980s.
Our Quick Trip here actually sells bagged milk. We
Really?
buy it quite often because it's cheaper than buying it at the store in the plastic gallons.
Really?
Mhm.
You can get powdered milk.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
Powdered milk, is it evaporated milk that's a little bit sweeter?
Yep. I will. I know he's dancing in the back behind me again. That's so.
It's video bombing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't show up with a YouTube sign with his channel name on it.
No, he will. Once we get we went to Walmart yesterday and we were looking at. They have this laptop there. Not laptop, desktop. It's black and it looks almost like an Alienware. It's all lit up inside. We went $1,300 for it. I'm like, what? Just because
my Walmart's had some pretty decent sales on some laptops. They're in the $200 range.
Yep.
They're pretty good.
So, yeah, my son has to get a Chromebook for school. So
my daughter bought one of those about a year ago.
yeah. Well, he needs it for there he is.
Whack.
He's over here playing basketball. We have one of those Nerf basketball hoops, and
At least just nerfing it doesn't make a lot of noise. My son will bring the basket. We've got laminate, hardwood looking floors.
oh yeah,
He'll come inside. He loves basketball. He will drill. I'm like, stop, shut up, stop doing that in the house. Go outside. It's a constant battle. I guess he's being a 12-year-old son. So.
Yep.
It's like Jaslyn coming through the house on her rollerblades.
Yeah.
Outside.
I don't know about y'all. I was a decent kid growing up, but after your kids get to a certain age, do you have that feeling of now I understand what my mom was talking, why my mom was the way she was when I did certain things. I'm like, oh my, I hope I wasn't this bad. Not that my kids are bad. I'm like,
right.
All this stuff makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah,
it does. And then they'll see it when they when they have kids. They'll be like, "Oh man, I did that to my dad. Why? Why that he's doing it to me?"
And a lot they said makes sense now that you're a little more wise.
Exactly. So, but
Gate City Picker runs his whole business from a Chromebook. Yeah.
There you go.
My wife uses the Chromebook from Walmart too. She loves it.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I mean, there's so much stuff that's all cloud-based now that you can do,
Right.
You just got to get into a browser.
My ex-Canadian mother-in-law used evaporated milk for coffee. It's like, we don't do that. It's funny. So is that, Lynn, is that related to Cliff in any way? Your ex-Canadian mother-in-law? Is that any comparison there? Well, almond milk is different. That's that's normal. Everybody's drinking almond milk now.
Yeah, my wife likes almond milk too.
So does my wife. That's all she drinks now in her coffee. So
Mark, the Montana Picker, says my son doesn't need anything to make lots of noise. That's the way mine is sometimes. He's big into Fortnite, and he'll be in there playing for just hours on end. I'll hear these odd noises coming out of there. And a lot of them play online. I love the way he's getting the social interaction because he's kind of reserved when he gets in crowds with other kids, but they'll be in there just yelling and screaming and doing whatever they're doing on their streams, and it's crazy.
It's crazy. So, all right, 11:14, guys.
Let's go to 11:14 tonight. Another 12 hours. Come on.
We didn't tell you we were going to do a marathon show.
Yeah,
we're gonna add the racing in, and then to Donatella's auction, and then
but just one continuous long.
I think it's the latest thing. Instead of going from channel to channel, everybody's just gonna stay together on one channel all day. And we'll just anybody that wants to be a content creator, they come on a channel. It'll be just like TV.
No, we can wrap it up.
Yes, Yes, Rebecca. Yeah, we knew about the Fortnite stuff last week. The Demogorgons and all that kind of stuff. Yes, we already know. My kid's like so far ahead of that. He already knows what Series 10 is going to be. Season 10 is going to be like already. So,
Yeah.
So
All right, any last word? Go ahead.
Monday we're on your channel, Craig, right?
Yes, I've got it already scheduled out. I believe. I don't remember what title I used, but I believe it's out there. Y'all make sure you subscribe to all 4 of us, so you can get the notifications. Click that little bell. Make sure that that subscribe button is gray and not red. Gray good, red bad.
yeah.
So
Anybody have any closing or final words you'd like to say?
Just a quick reminder to everybody that we're
Have fun
doing
this weekend.
a live working hangout tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So if anybody wants to be a part of that, you can hit me up, and we have more than enough space for anybody to join the chat and/or panel.
and that's 3 Eastern time, right?
Yep, 3 Eastern.
So are you going to use Zoom so you can have like 99 people in your hangout?
No, probably not. I already have it scheduled. I'll either use Hangouts or while we were doing this live, I signed up for this StreamYard. So it'll be one of those 2 probably.
Cool. Yeah.
Tonight, don't forget to come by tonight from the racing. I'll be doing a quick video in a few minutes on what's going to happen with everybody gets their car, and we'll get that all situated. And tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time racing, and then 9 o'clock on Donatella Bordolino's channel for another crazy auction. So
We definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Like I said earlier, and we're trying to say every day, without people watching, there would be no reason for us to do this. And we definitely appreciate every one of you that stop in. If you stop in for 2 minutes or the whole hour, we definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I don't really have anything big going on. I was going to do the flea market thing this weekend, but I really can't. I got to get my eBay store caught up. I got to get a bunch of listings done, and I don't want to sound bad to anybody, but I got to make myself money before I can make other people money.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know?
So I got a lot of catching up to do. So I'm just going to be grinding this weekend. I got a lot of YouTube playing in the background. Anthony, you're going to have a hangout. I'll probably jump in there.
Cool. Sounds good, man.
I need to work and not go play. I know we're going to the races tomorrow night in the evening. Maybe we'll do some footage there on the kid we're trying to sponsor, this whole demolition car trailer thing. He races in a hobbyist class, so if he don't blow his motor tonight at the other racetrack, that's what happened last week.
It's expensive to do that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm telling him. You know, I was like, hey, I can sponsor you, but I can't support you, man. You got to throw in some of your own money.
Right.
He didn't want to buy the reason they're doing the hatchet. They didn't want to buy blades for the Sawzall. And I'm like, dude, I'm putting a whole car trailer together here. You can run up to Ace and buy a handful of Sawzall blades.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a good weekend. I'm sure we'll see each other around here and there on the tubes. So with that, we'll see you back at the show Monday morning on Craig's channel, or Derek's at the races tonight, or Anthony's hangout tomorrow.
Yep.
Take care.
See you later, guys.
Peace out.